Hello guys, welcome to a demo of the shop management system that I have developed. Currently it's already installed in my PC. As you can see, this is the shortcut. Of course, you can just come and search it here, and then you're going to have Moshe shop. Then you can open it, and then once you open it, you're going to log in using your username and your password. Once you log in, you're going to access the items, that the sections that you are allowed to access, because each user has specific roles. And when you come here, for instance, I've logged in as the admin. This is my login details, my details, of course, the name, the username, and the role, and I'm acting as the admin. So in this case, when you add a particular user, if it's a user, they are going to access specific details. So for the dashboard, you're going to have the total sales, the total stock, the credit sales, the stock levels, of course, if it's low stock, in stock, or out of stock, and then the sales as per the cash or the M-Pesa. And then this is where you're going to add your stock. Of course, you can come add the item, the buying price, the selling price, the count, the supplier, and the supplier details. And after adding, of course, you're going to submit. You can edit them, you can delete that particular item, you can also view more details of that item, and then you can search an item. Let's say, for example, we want to search for maybe SU, of course, for sugar or Superloaf, and so on. So you can also delete that. You can bulk upload. If you have your stock in a CSV file, you can be uploading it automatically, and then you can also export it and you can search it as well. As for adding your stock, you're going to come to the sales section. You can search the item, you can export to CSV, and then assuming that I want to add a cell, you can just come here, click add cells, and then this cell form is going to appear. Then I'm going to select my item. Let me select this one, and when you select an item, it's going to give you the buying price and the selling price. Now, of course, there are scenarios whereby you want to edit the selling price, so you can always edit your selling price here, and then you add the item. As you can see here, the available item is 1, so I can only sell 1 item. If you select 2, is good, it's not going to accept. After you add that, you're going to get the total amount, of course, going to be 130, and then the profit of 30 bob. You add the item, it's going to appear here. We're going to get the item, the quantity, the price, the total, and the profit. You can select another item, maybe Bamburi cement. They are only available 2. You can add maybe 2. I can select another item, maybe Superloaf. Then I'm going to select maybe 4. Then I'm going to add an item. Once you have added that, maybe you're going to select the form of payment. Maybe it could be cash or M-Pesa. Maybe let me select M-Pesa. Then I'm going to add the reference code here. And then after adding all these details, of course, I've selected all the items the client has bought, and then I can submit the sale. Once you submit your sale, you're going to get a receipt preview. Of course, we have the date, the shop, and who served, the items, the total, forms of payment, and this one. And I'm going to export it to PDF. I'm going to keep it in my desktop. Then I can save it. You can just come to the desktop, and here is the receipt that we have just generated. So after generating the receipt, of course, this is the logo of my shop. Assuming that this is my shop, then we have all these details here. After adding the cell, you can always come back here. You can delete, you can view more details, and so on. And then when we come to credit sales, these are people who have bought items on credit. You can always come here, you just select an item, maybe Rhino cement, and you have to notice that when I come back to my sales, the last sale I've made was Superloaf. Now when you come to the stock, Superloaf is 0, it's out of stock, and even when you come to the dashboard, it's out of stock. So when you come to your sales, it's not going to be available in the items because it is out of stock. So when you come to credit sales, you're going to select an item. It's just the same thing. The only difference is that you can add the customer details, the customer phone number, of course, for the purposes of tracking. And then once you've added your sales, you're going to get the selling price, the total amount, and the balance. In this case, as you can see here, these people has no balance. This one has a balance of 200. When you come to the payment section, when you select, it's going to select the people that you owe, that owe you, of course. And then for this case, you owe them they owe you 140 shillings. Of course, when you add 100 bob, you're going to get a balance. And then maybe form of payment, assuming they paid cash, just going to submit it. And then once you submit it, you'll be able to see that the balance is 40. And then you come to credit, the balance is going to be 40. And once you track the credit sales, you'll be able to know who has paid what at a particular time and how much balance they owe you. For the users, this is where you can add your new somebody new. You've hired somebody new, just going to add them here, and then you also add their credentials. And then you have the contact. Of course, these are my contacts. Maybe you need a new feature for this app, just contact me via this. And then you have the logs. Of course, these are for auditing purposes. You can change the dark theme or light theme here. You can view your settings there. You can update details, your phone number, your password, and so on. And in here you have your notifications. So basically, this is the application. After you've done your details, you've done everything you want. You just always have to log out, and then you're good to go. So that's the application.